Morning to you. Welcome to the broadcast. We've got, well, this is kind of new for me. Like, I'm anchoring. I am anchoring. I've never anchored before.
And you're incredible.
Wait a minute, Sybil Summers. You can't open your mouth yet. You haven't been here long enough. This is our friend Sybil Summers.
Hi, guys.
Pat Smith's in here today. We'll tell you about Courtney. We'll tell you later because it's a funny story. But she may walk in here this morning. But we've got a lot to talk about this morning, and I think it's going to be fun that I get to do table talk.
I love it.
Okay, so
You're
first we're going to talk about Grand Prairie and the fear that they had that they were going to have no water for a week. I think you've read the story on it. And the good thing about this is the crews all got together and they found out that they could patch that line quicker than anybody anticipated. So what this brings to mind, everybody's safe. They were going out and they were buying gallons of extra water and preparing for the emergency. But what is so great, and I think you'll agree with me on this, is these wonderful crews that work in the cities all over the country that get the job done in extra time. And when you're driving anywhere and in your city or community, always give a shout out to the guys working on the roads. And, and thank them for what they do. I think it's really something.
And again, I love when these situations happen in cities or areas because it causes the community to come together.
It does.
And you mentioned that they were all going out to get water to make sure they were ready for whatever was going to happen. And I don't know, it just kind of brings people together, puts aside all barriers and all issues, and you're like, you know what, we got to have water.
And everybody's the same. And where do you live, Sybil?
I'm in McKinney, which is pretty much Oklahoma, is what I got. It's so far north. But thankfully, we weren't affected by this. I know Irving and Fort Worth kind of chipped in, and they also helped conserve some of the water while Grand Prairie was going through it. But thankfully, those workers were there around the clock to get it back to normal. Because I can't imagine going for a whole week without water.
No, and think of the sun.
Think about the people in other countries.
I know.
That have to go without water.
That absolutely have no water. And no bathroom facilities. And that's millions
no drinking
of people.
Water. Yes, absolutely.
But anyway, I thought that was kind of nice to give a shout out to all those workers that got everything rolling again.
And I loved that the City of Grand Prairie spokesperson was named Amy Sprinkles. It was so appropriate for the situation.
Well, we ought to send her a box of those Sprinkles cupcakes.
Yes! Oh, I bet she'd love that.
Here Friday.
Are they here Friday? Okay, so we need to tell them that.
Oh, that's great. Okay, let's go to Frisco because they're all up in arms. And Pat, you know about this.
Yes.
The Dallas Cowboys is the stadium. I mean, the
practice facility.
It's not going to be Valley Ranch.
It's not going to be a Valley Ranch anymore. It's now heading to Frisco. It's going to bring a lot of jobs, a lot of energy to the city. It's a fast-growing city already. And the Cowboys are excited that they're going to be relocating. And I think they had the big, was it yesterday? The big kind of, here we are. And Mr. Jones and his son Stephen, who's over this project, were there. And the Cowboys cheerleaders was there. And so it's going to be a big
500 jobs, I think, that are going to be maintained to get it going.
Right.
I tell you, though, I'm thinking about Irving. I just can't help thinking about Irving because first there was the stadium there. Now that's gone. Now the team has moved, and I want us to have Mara Gass in from the chamber in Irving because there's a backup plan, I'm sure. And Irving is a vital community, and so we want to see that something takes the place to keep them energized. We don't want to see their jobs lost.
Absolutely.
I was interested in how much space they're actually using. I think it was 91 acres or something off of Warren and the Tollway. So it's going to be a giant place. I think 20 acres of it will be the stadium and the practice fields, and then they'll have what I guess, will they still call it Valley Ranch? I don't even know.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, they'll still have the headquarters for the team on, I guess, 5 acres of it. And then the rest of it, they're going to use for some Jerry Jones properties and businesses and things like that.
Right. They bought the rest of the acres, and they're going to develop it. And I don't think they've announced how they're going to utilize the property, but, you know, they're innovative. They think big.
And they're doing the stadium, and I don't know, the stadium now can be used by the Frisco ball team, and there will be other activities there.
Yes.
Right.
Which means that we won't be seeing outdoor under the stars and weather sports in high school. I don't like that.
Only in Frisco, Susie. Only in Frisco.